because now that I have everybody here, there is a video clip I want to play because it actually Nora, this clip will go very well for you because it goes to the argument that you were making last time when we had that 45-minute debate. So
Okay.
this clip is actually for you. This is why I invited you today because this was today. So if no one has anything to add, let me see. All right, so next retort just in. Dan Bongino says they've discovered an entire room full of intentionally mishandled and hidden evidence from Comey's FBI. We found it in bags hiding under Jim Comey's FBI. I'm assuming he meant James Comey. James Comey.
James Comey.
Yeah, you're going to be stunned. Comey's days as a free man are numbered. So let's see this clip. And this is Dan Bongino. He's being interviewed. But really good clip. And like I said, this benefits Nora's argument about we just need time.
Wait till you read the stuff that's coming out.
Why is it silent? I muted the tab. It was playing. It was playing in my ear while you guys were talking. That's why.
Wait till you read the stuff that's coming out.
Does he still have loyalists in the building? Because when I hear the FBI director saying, you guys are finding boxes that are hidden, okay, how does that happen in the Bureau?
Well, we were there a couple of weeks, and luckily there were a lot of people up there who grabbed us by the arm the minute we came in and said, thank you for being here. You know, we need to talk. There are people there who are really horrified at what happened. And there was a room, and we found stuff, a lot of stuff.
A hidden room.
I wouldn't call it hidden, but hidden from us at least, and not mentioned to us. And then we found stuff in there, and a lot of it's from the Comey era, and we are working our damnedest right now to declassify. And just so you know, because I get the public, I totally understand people saying, well, do it now. The process is not all the information is ours to declassify. Some is other intelligence agencies. It's not, we literally can't do it. Once that gets done and that gets out there and you read some of the stuff we found that, by the way, was not processed through the normal procedure, digitizing it, putting in FBI records. We found it in bags hiding under Jim Comey's FBI. Quickly, you're going to be stunned.
The shells.
So didn't he also say that there's video of Epstein? Did I step on your toes there? Did you have that?
I was trying to find that clip because I just remembered that was within the last 24 hours as well. They also recently said it was either Dan Bongino or Cash or both of them. They said that they do have video of Epstein killing himself.
Mm-hmm. So this kind of gives credence to Mad Stork's theory.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to see the video. I want to see how he managed to do it by himself, or if he actually did have a little bit of a nudge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've said it before that theoretically speaking, knowing about the human body the way that I do, if everything was lined up to the T, it is physically possible, but honestly, I'm still in the camp of maybe he had help, or maybe somebody's like, hey, you should just do this. And he did it anyways because he is a narcissist, and it does fit the narrative of breaking his own, his own worldview. So,
and then someone says AI. It's going to be AI in the comments. Who was it? I missed it. Let me check.
That's Melted. So Melted said it's going to be AI video, and that goes to the point. That goes to the point they were making on Timcast. There's a lot of people out there. No matter what comes out, they're not going to believe it. They're going to say it's AI, or they're going to say it was faked, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the hard part is like how nowadays would you even know if it is AI or if it's legitimate?
If you watch extremely carefully, there's still like little glitches here and there for AI. AI is not perfect yet. The key word.
Those are the ones they have. That's the one that the public has access to. If we're talking about the government, imagine what the AI the government has.
Oh yeah, theirs is way far ahead of ours. So
I mean, if they're really trying to do a cover up here and like, oh no, he really did kill himself, they just use their AI.
And they know most of the time with people, as long as they see some type of video evidence, they're gonna be like, well, guess they're right.
Yeah, and as long as there's something out there like that for people to argue over, then that's it. That kind of shuts down getting any more evidence on that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was saying, this goes to what you were saying, Nora. We just need to give them time because apparently they are finding stuff as they literally rummage through the buildings. And Melted asked, why don't they just burn the documents And I don't know, Melton. In some ways, that's worse. In some ways, that's easier to find. It depends on what exactly they're finding. But yeah, I agree. It's absolutely. He's in a storm right now. He might have lost connection.
I'm still here. I'm just having camera issues.
Oh, okay. No worries. But no. I guess we do just need to give them a little bit more time. I think it's taking too long. I feel like the moment they went through that building, they should have been like, all right, every document, every building, like fucking round it up.
I know that this is a tactic of theirs, that they misplace documents and they will purposely hide it in a file or a bin that has nothing to do with it, or they just misplace an entire box by putting it behind something else or underneath something else, changing the label on it. They are literally going to have to go through every single FBI, CIA, and all the other 3-letter organizations. They're going to have to dig through every single one of their closets, their files, even stuff that has been closed, because I have the strangest feeling that things are just going to be hidden or misplaced or misfiled.
Well, we gave it to the guy, and then he moved the box somewhere. We can't find the box.
Exactly. Because how many times have they done that in history with like artifacts?
There's a lot of times they've misplaced boxes in history, like
the
planes that hit the Twin Tower.
The Smithsonian has misplaced so many hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of artifacts because somebody didn't label a box correctly.
AI generated grainy videos on par with videos from 10 years ago. Yeah.
Well, and then you look at CCTV. I mean, a lot of that footage that comes out even nowadays, you'd think in the year 2025 they'd at least have 1080p, but
yeah, right.
No.
They probably haven't upgraded the technology in these places. They're still recording with like a Nokia.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're still recording on their fucking Blackberries, dude. But what's called? So I wanted to play that. So Alex Jones, he has a big 7-minute clip. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I just want to play the start. Again, this is on topic. So let's play this.
Those two cases obviously are of significant public interest. I'm just telling you what we see in the file. I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't. Right. There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public does
There's video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but the entire MCC Bay. It was only one camera. There's video that when you look at the video, and we will release. That's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced. And we're going to give the original, so you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him. Right. There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
So clearly, so he's saying that there's video of like the surrounding. It's not video of him killing himself, but like
it's
you see
like the hole outside, probably.
Right, but here's the problem, Dan. 30 minutes the camera went out. So yes, you have the video, but we need the video for the 30 minutes the camera went out.
Well, yeah, so that's the issue, right? He neglected to mention that. So is that, or is that not a fact that happened?
That is not enough evidence for anything. We're just going to see what we already know, that nobody was there, and then when 30 minutes went by and the cameras went out, somebody went in there. Like, man.
They pull that trick in the movies, dude. If it's just a fucking hallway and a camera that doesn't move, it's really easy to cut that to where it looks like nothing happened.
You see, nobody has entered.
So it's like, oh no, he killed himself.
You see him go in and you see him go back out.
Nobody went in this 23 hours and 30 minutes time span. So that means nobody went in during those 30 minutes that the cameras were mysteriously off. Maybe they were recharging the battery. I don't know.
But that's why I wanted to play this again, because if they have video, and then I don't like what he said. He's like, oh, we're gonna release an enhanced version and then the actual version. That sounds like what Melted's saying. They're gonna release like a grainy bullshit version and then they're gonna enhance it, which literally just means AI fill in the blanks. And then it's going to be like, oh, well, this is the original. How do we know that's the original? We don't fucking know that's the original. You're releasing 2 different copies to lead us to believe that one of them is real.
Sounds like cap.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of cap. So I don't know. A lot of people tell me to trust Dan Bongino and Cash Patel, and especially Tim. He's like, oh, he wouldn't give up this cushy job and stuff like that. I don't know, man. Once you get into that seat, there could be all kinds of people that come to you and scare you into not doing shit.
Listen, I don't doubt that they had good intentions. It's just they got into the system. They were told certain things and what was classified and what wasn't classified, what you can say and what you can't say, and they have to make the decision of, do I break rank and, have Donald Trump essentially bury me publicly, or do I just kind of do what I have to do until, Daddy Trump wants to make a certain move, which, what move I want him to make. I said it on your Epstein show.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then
name the names.
They said it he said it in the clip. He said it in the clip, the first clip I played. He said that there are things in these files that they haven't released because it's not theirs to declassify. What the fuck does that mean?
It's the CIA's to classify. That's why.
Because they have other agencies who have other jurisdictions, and because they've got other jurisdictions and other cases going, they can't declassify something if it's under the other jurisdiction.
Well,
it's a whole bunch of malarkey and bullshit.
Trump, could they go to Trump and be like, declassify this?
He could, but it's an intelligence operation. It's we spoke about how the Matt Stark said the Five Eyes. It's an intelligence operation between a bunch of countries. So this is not in the FBI's jurisdiction, most likely. It's in CIA.
Well, that when he says stuff like that, it's not ours to declassify. That's exactly what I think.
Then. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why can't he say who's got to declassify?
Because there might be too many people to name for. Because think about it this way: what if one thing ties to like the NSA, and then another one ties to
we should know
another 3-letter agency, and then another piece of evidence ties over to this case. So he can't just say, because that takes too long.
No,
so he's just in general.
If something is connecting these intelligence agencies, then they should do it.
Yeah, I mean, you think public pressure put on Trump would be enough to be able to declassify whatever it is, since he's at the head of everything?
He needs to, these voices that are close to him need to grow a spine for once. I mean, there's people who are close to him that somewhat have his ear. They're able to talk to Trump, and like, they don't want to say anything bad. They toe the line. You know who these types of people are. They toe the line, and every time something questionable happens, they kind of just ignore it. But whenever something positive happens, boy, are they the biggest cheerleaders. They don't want to risk losing their spot. So instead of putting Trump's feet to the fire, they're going to be afraid, and they're just going to stand timid.
Yeah, but there's also a difference between what is right and what is easy. Sometimes you have to make extremely difficult decisions, and they're going to be the right thing to do.
If you say this is not ours to declassify, and you name that the CIA needs to declassify it, then you're putting pressure on the CIA to declassify it. You're taking.
But again, what if there's multiple agents involved?
That's great. So, we need to know that all these agencies are complicit in covering up criminal activity. That's wonderful.
I would go through and list them. I'd be like Mossad, the Five Eyes, like just start listing them. Be like, it's not ours to declassify. The people that need to declassify it are so and so.
If you can't prosecute these people legally because of this bullcrap agreement that they have, then just name the names. You're not trying them in court. You could technically name the names. They know what the result of that would be, but that's the type of justice that's deserved. That's all I'll say on that topic, because we're on YouTube and Twitch.
No Twitch today.
Oh, no Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch doesn't like politics. I think I'm just going to do gaming on Twitch.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway, final thoughts on that topic before we move along.
Mosey along.
They need to go.
Sorry.
They need to go and clean out their closets.
Quite literally, it seems.
File.
They're literally finding files. I want to. That's what I want to know is what they found, but I guess we can't figure it out until we figure out who needs to declassify.
It's not ours to declassify, Tyler.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the other issue too. Is if we don't know who needs to declassify it, we don't know who to put pressure on.
Bro, that's part of the corrupt syndicate of they have all these different intelligence agencies. So if there's like a web then they're going to do, the whole idea is like, well, we need to go through all this web to declassify everything. And that's the purpose, is to stopgap everything, to make it move slower, to make it harder to do. And that's why I have no problem burying these agencies. Most of these agencies, these 3-letter agencies, shouldn't exist in the first place.
Well,
100%.
So what? Why do we have classified information at the FBI headquarters that isn't their classified information?
Because the CIA is hiding it. They were hiding. So obviously Biden's CIA and Biden's FBI worked together to be corrupt. So the idea is they were probably hiding it there to get people off their trail. And now that Trump's in there, they're seeing everything that was hidden. They're hiding things where they shouldn't hide it.
Like Melton
Literally
asked,
hiding
why
evidence.
didn't they just burn it?
Because they can't
Yeah.
burn it. They need to have evidence of their blackmail on people.
Yeah. And why they don't work together is because they've never worked together. They don't like each other. And every single 3-letter agency wants the pride and the glory of solving some massive case. So each law agency is going to fight and bicker and dick each other over, and they're not going to share information. This has been established forever. Think about when they went after John Gotti. They had 3 different 3-letter agencies going after him at the same time, and none of them would share information.
That's another problem with having all these things. It's just like there's so many jobs on the government level where people literally have jobs for no reason. It's just to make them feel better about themselves, I guess. Maybe people hire their friends.
Just to fill a spot.
It's
we've been
also like,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, it's no different than when like you have a certain budget. If you don't use that budget, you don't get the increase the next year. So they got to burn the money that they were allocated for this year to justify an increase in the money given the next year.
You don't use it, you lose it.
The solution's always we need more money.
Yeah, which just creates a lot of waste, a lot of wasteful spending.
Absolutely.
The only thing these people are good at is wasting shit. They're literally drains on society. Drains on society always find a way to get themselves in a position where they can do the least amount of work for the maximum amount of gain.
Oh yeah. Peace out, Tactical Tinkerer. Have a good one. He said he was hanging out for lunchtime.
Yep. Have fun. Don't tinker too much tactically.
Right.
Maybe he's maybe
don't
tactical tinkler.
Melton said, just like 9/11, if these agencies were to work together, then it could have been stopped.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Well,
Maybe the problem was that they did work together.
yeah, right.
Communication with the agencies is done by design because they know that they're going to be, the human element's going to get involved, and some of these agencies aren't going to want to work together, and that's going to cause some of their master plans to actually work. Is that these agencies aren't going to share information with each other like they should to actually stop everything. Most of these agencies aren't like given like some hand-me-down order. They put them in a position to essentially compete against each other because they know based off that the human element of competitiveness and wanting to be on top is going to interfere and make it so that it's easy for a lot of these plans that they want to do to get through, because it's basically like what they do to us as a population with divide and conquer. They do the same thing with like their intelligence agencies. Yep. So it's like tricking them into doing the bidding, and it's like I have to be the one to do the bidding so daddy can come give me the fucking prize. And, like,